Hello guys, and welcome to my 7th vlog on my journey in game development. I'd worked a lot on my game's Mystic Mushrooms, as you can see here. I redesigned most of the sprites because the mushrooms looked like the ones from Nintendo. Though I drew them by myself, it could cause problems due to copyright. So I reworked them and repainted them, and as well I worked on my settings because, as I mentioned in one of the first videos, I'm as well producing music, or I did 2 years ago. Since then I had no time to do, but I implemented 3 tracks and I wanted to show you the update, maybe show you the tracks for a second and how it looks like. So this is my settings page, and here I implemented the volume slider and an options button to choose the songs you want to listen to. So it's quite easy to do so. First of all, I converted my MP3s to OOG files and put them into my asset folder here in my sounds, and I allowed them when my settings. Afterwards I fill the options button with an icon I drew and with the name of the track, and give it an ID so I can identify which option was clicked later on, and I changed the volume to 50. So here in the options button I set my song, so I just hand into a global script my song URL, and in the sounds script I then call this set music function, pass in the path of the resource of the music or the track I want to play, and I set my music audio stream player. I set a new resource, so the stream is the new file path of the new track, and afterwards I just start the audio stream player again, so it's working. As I showed before, I had also included this slider for the volume handling. That was a little bit more tricky because decibel is calculated a different way. I think it's exponential or something, so the higher the number is getting, the louder it gets, but not 1-to-1 ratio. So when I first started to use the slider, I nearly crashed my smartphone boxes because when I went up to the value 51, for example, and the track started previously on minus 30 dB, it was like that loud that the speakers exploded. So I had to figure out a little bit of math calculation, which I did here. I just went on for trial and error, so I wasn't actually looking up how to calculate it the correct way. I just tried it until it worked pretty well. So this is the sound stuff I did, so I will show you how it looks like on the computer, and afterwards I just talk a little bit about the implementing of the homepage and donation stuff. So as you can see here, the music starts playing already. If the start screen is appearing, here's my settings page. Looks pretty fine for me as well. A little bit, maybe I have to tweak a little bit with the margins and stuff, that it looks better. So if you lower the volume slider, the volume is getting lowered, so it works pretty good. Just so, and then you have the options button, like a drop down menu, where you can select more of my stocks. Maybe I will make another, like a pro version of the game, or if I get a donation of you, you get more tracks of me, so you can implement them. Maybe I will include an implement button to implement your own tracks if I figure out how this is working. So next thing I want to mention is my homepage button. So if you click on the homepage button, my page is opening, which I obviously have to remake. I made this one I think 4 years ago or something, and my skills in programming websites has increased really a lot since then, so this is a very poor site in comparison to what stuff I'm able to do right now. Okay, so the next thing is the donation. If you want to support me, you go there, you come onto my PayPal me account, so you can donate me some money if you like the game. And this one is working as follows. Just that's very easy. So you just call the operation system shell open method and pass in the URL you want to open in the browser. So that's obviously very simple to implement. So this was the stuff I did the last week. Was a lot of sprite reworking and figuring out how I want to set up the menu, that everything's working properly. And another thing I changed while implementing those newsrooms is they are now smaller, so the game is lasting a little bit longer and the difficulty is coming slower. And now you saw a nice animation I made as well in the last week. I want to show you. Finally start to work with the particle effects with textures, and I wanted to test this out. So I have a texture here, for example, an explosion of a fire PNG. So the problem is I have, as you see, the amount 750 parts or times this flame texture or fire texture is getting rendered in the engine or on the device. Then for the smoke as well, a PNG file, somehow 2000 and another 3000 for the smoke too. So as you can tell, these are pretty high numbers, and I'm using my OnePlus 6 for testing my game, and I can tell you that my OnePlus 6 is lagging when the explosion is displayed. So my computer is handling this pretty well. I cannot experience any lag there, but on the smartphone, and the OnePlus 6 has 6 gigs of RAM, so it's not a smartphone which is very easy to put into that kind of pressure that it's starting to lag. Actually, I never experienced it before on any kind of game, though I don't play that much games on my smartphone, but it's I think very rarely happening that the OnePlus 6 or 6T, which is even faster, is getting problems with rendering pictures. So that was everything I wanted to show you this week. Since the game is looking pretty good now, I will have to do some small stuff to, for example, make animations better or adjust the sprites a little bit more, and then I want to start maybe put some ads in, and afterwards I will try to publish my first game in the Android Play Store. So thanks for watching. If you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, leave some comments and critics in the comment section below, or just donate some money if you liked the content. Thanks, bye guys, see you next week.